Ooh, yes sir, welcome to Man Domain, the place where we work in our body and our mind to become better men. For a moment we're going to become boxers, okay? Let's say you have been practicing your entire life. You know how to dodge, you hit them with the right hand, you hit them with the left, the right uppercut, the left uppercut, you have everything. And you have this big fight coming up, and negative thoughts start to rise in your mind, all these negative thoughts. But you have been suffering your whole life, so you know how to manage your mind. And you are trying to accept all these negative thoughts so that they just flow naturally, but they seem so overwhelming. That's exactly what happened to me a few years ago. And I started to develop this way of using philosophy to break the barriers between positive and negative so that my mind could be in a neutral state. It doesn't matter which was my emotional state or how many negative thoughts were coming, I was in a neutral state. By using philosophy to break the barriers of positive and negative, like I said before. And how exactly does this work? So let's say the big fight is coming up. Man, and you imagine yourself getting caught with the left uppercut. You imagine yourself going to sleep because the man is really strong. You have seen him fight, maybe you're afraid, all the stuff. What I usually do, how I use philosophy, which is totally weird that I'm explaining this because I have done it for these years, but I have never explained it to anybody, so this is the first time I'm talking about this. I start to use philosophy, like I said, to break negative and positive. So the fact is that I'm looking at the outcome in my mind. At that outcome, we're looking at the outcome as negative when we lose. So that makes a big burden to carry. That's a big pain because we're already suffering the future that is not here yet. So then I start to use philosophy. This is going to sound a little bit like poetry, but that's the way it works in my brain. So I start to say to myself, Brian, the moment you get in that ring, it proves you're a warrior. Because being in that ring means you could be closer to death. But what is so bad about death? What is so bad about defeat? That you don't know if you will ever be able to get back up. And of course, if you die, it's the end. But the end is also the beginning. Before you were here, you don't know where you were. And after you leave, you will not know where you will be. So better be in the present moment and pass the test. And if you fail, if you get knocked out, that's just an opportunity to grow stronger. That just means that you are destined to be stronger than you were the day before. That just means that you will have an experience that is going to allow you to grow into a better man and to reach the highest potential that you could have had in this unique existence. Because your existence is only once. You will only be here once. So make sure you don't regret not doing the things that you know are worth doing. And by speaking to myself in this way, it's like if I'm no longer connected to these ideas as negative, but I neither transform them as positive. They are neutral, completely neutral, because the idea that the end result that I die is still real. The end result that I lose and I am defeated is still real. It's still something that can happen. It's still a possibility, but I don't see it as positive or negative. I know it is just part of the process. It is just part of me becoming who I have to become. So I do this with every single kind of thought. It can be the stupidest thing. It can be thinking about that I will go out of my house today and it will start raining. It will start raining so much that I won't be able to walk until the train station and I'm going to be late for my job and all that stuff. It's stupid, right? It's so stupid that you could imagine something like that, and this is an example, of course. But I will even get philosophical in that, and I will say, well, okay, you're going to get water on you. What is it so wrong about it? Your body is 70% water. You know all the things that the universe went through to produce this single substance that is essential for life. This substance that you have in your body, that is 70% your body, that is most part of the earth that you live in. You should appreciate it instead of being so judgmental about it. Yes, it's ruining your plans, but thanks to it, you exist. So just go ahead and keep walking. You're not gonna die, and even if you do, we already know it's part of life. It's part of the process. One day we'll have been here anyway. So you see, it was so extremely stupid, but I managed to get from it the negative and the positive. I managed to destroy those thoughts and just go back to a neutral state. Confront the situation that is in the present moment. Get out of my house and walk to the train station. Get up today and go into the ring for that next fight tomorrow. So it's important that I think that having this habit of using philosophy to break negative thoughts is important. I think that it will improve your life. I think that it will make everything much easier being in a neutral state. You only have to be careful because you don't want to break reality itself. Because right now we just broke down an idea and it worked and we managed to make it neutral. But if you keep going, you can even make life make no sense. You can even destroy your own mind. Some people think so much that they manage to destroy their own mind because they understand that anything has a purpose. Nothing has a purpose. I mean, if you dive deeper into the idea of nothing having a purpose, let me tell you that it's a black hole. You get sucked into it and you will wake up tomorrow thinking, well, why should I even work? Why should I even move? If nothing has a purpose, right? You can convince yourself of anything you want. So just be careful of not going too far with this idea and keeping it simple. Keeping it in a way that you are able to at least overcome the hesitation to take actions toward a big goal that will require a lot of effort and that your mind is telling you a lot of negative things that can happen. So just to be able to go back to the neutral state, regain control, and do another step in life. At least for me, it works perfectly. Maybe for you it doesn't work. Maybe for you another advice from another person can work, or you can discover your own way. But for me, using philosophy to break my negative thoughts is something that has changed my life a lot. And I'm really grateful that I let myself the chance to discover it and to try it in my own mind. Because just trying something like that in your own mind is a little bit weird. What will you think about this? I wonder. But at the end, the decision might be that you think it's negative, that you think it's positive, and I will just use philosophy to destroy it again. And I hope that I can learn something from your comment, and I hope that you learn something from me also, from expressing my own ideas, which I didn't did often, but I will start to do a lot more. So I'm grateful for you watching this video, and I really hope that it was helpful. And as I usually say, thank you for watching. See you in the next one.